Nate Diaz is set to fight Jake Paul on August 5th, 2023, which is just a few days away. The build-up to this fight has been intriguing, with many fans arguing that Nate Diaz easily wins. This is due to his extensive experience in combat sports. However, many other fans would also argue that Paul will maintain his clean record against MMA fighters. With that being said, let's explore into how Nate Diaz can beat Jake Paul. So first off, experience goes to Nate Diaz. Yes, you heard that right. Despite not being a boxer, Diaz has illustrated his extensive boxing technique in his previous MMA fights, such as against Conor McGregor. He may not necessarily have the knockout power like Paul. He does, however, have speed and precision, and a well-timed punch can easily change the game and turn the tables in this match in Diaz's favor. Now this brings us to the next point, Diaz's unwavering toughness. Nate Diaz is known to be one of the toughest MMA fighters out there. His ability to push forward regardless of being hurt, he's good at showing his opponents his poker face and finds a way to hang in there. Now, I'm sure Paul has made it clear from his previous bouts that one punch is really all it takes to end the match. He may, however, just be surprised when he lands that one power shot he really thought would end the match and Diaz stands there unfazed. Diaz can take a punch and definitely throw back harder, so in my opinion, Jake Paul may just find trouble when his only plan to win the match, which has brought him here so far, which is his right hand, doesn't affect Nate Diaz. This is where the mental warfare and toughness of Diaz will come into light, and I believe that's what will drag him to victory. Another thing we must consider is adaptability and versatility. Nate Diaz has proven to be able to adapt his fighting style according to each opponent. In some fights, he may push forward, and other fights, he may just play it back until he sees a good opening. So my point is, Diaz will definitely adapt his fighting style to defeat Jake Paul. For example, he may just put Jake Paul on the back foot, which we know he's not comfortable at, as shown in his previous fight against Tyron Woodley. On the other hand, as mentioned previously, Jake Paul's one and only plan to win his bouts is his knockout power from his right hand. But when that doesn't work, we all know how that ends, as evident in his previous bout against Tommy Fury. Against Fury, we witnessed how Jake Paul would react, and to be honest, he didn't have a plan B going forth, which is why I believe he lost. But that was in February of this year. Fast forward to August 2023, we may just see a new and improved version of Jake Paul. So I'd say, unless Jake Paul comes in with a good strategy rather than just his one and only right hand, he may just be able to pull off the win against Nate Diaz. But if he does not, Diaz will definitely counter him and showcase his versatility in the ring to win the match. By the way guys, if you haven't already, you can check out our previous videos where I state the 5 ways Jake Paul can beat Nate Diaz. But back on point, mental warfare. We must consider the mental warfare in this bout because both opponents have everything to lose. On one side, if Jake Paul loses, he will no longer have the credibility of a boxer and be trolled by the YouTube community for the rest of his life. On the other hand, Nate Diaz has everything to lose as well. Many UFC fighters like Leon Edwards and Conor McGregor showed their support for Diaz in this fight and believe that he'll win. So if he loses, his reputation as a combat sports fighter will be tarnished. So this factor of having everything to lose makes both opponents extremely dangerous in this fight, and the pressure on both fighters will be intense. With that being said, I'd say that while we'll definitely get the best version of both fighters in this bout, Diaz is definitely more dangerous, fearless, and indefatigable, which is why he'll win. Lastly, the most crucial skill needed in boxing is endurance. Without cardio and endurance, any boxer would tire out and be unable to showcase the boxing skills, especially in the later rounds. Nate Diaz is used to fighting 5-minute rounds for 5 minutes, which requires a lot of stamina, and he's been doing this for over a decade now, so we can confidently state that he'll untiringly push forward, and this combined with his toughness poses a significant threat to Jake Paul. Paul has only been boxing for a little over 3 years professionally, and his previous bout against Tommy Fury highlighted how he gassed out in the 3rd or 4th round. So unless Paul has significantly worked on his cardio, he will find trouble hanging in there in the later rounds, especially as this is now a 10-round fight. Paul has never fought for 10 rounds, as he is truly a beginner in combat sports as a whole. So in my opinion, endurance easily goes to Diaz, and this combined with his toughness, experience, and fearlessness will give him the upper hand in this fight. To sum this up, both fighters bring a lot of credibility to this bout, and either opponent could walk out as the winner come fight night. But there are certain factors that benefit Diaz in this bout, such as fearlessness, indefatigability, and endurance. Paul has his own strengths, such as power, reach, and height, and considering both opponents' advantages, either one of them can win. But in this video, we strictly go over how Diaz could win and what factors give him the upper hand. Let us know your thoughts in the comments below as we await the outcome. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to support our channel by subscribing, and we'll see you all in the next one.